Can you explain the smart cage that you guys use? Like, how does it work?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, certainly we use it, but we created it.
Yeah, yeah.
And so, for us, our the way we look at the sport, I mean, our mission is to reimagine and grow the sport. Simple. And, we're really passionate about that. There's more room for more than one leader. Fans around the world, there are over 550 million fans, 80% outside the US. They want access. They're underserved and they want access to more quality MMA. So, we looked at the space and we just said that, if we're going to launch a product and we're going to be successful in this sport, number one, you got to have great fighters, great fights. It has to be premium. But, we're leading with innovation and our product's differentiated. And the three differentiators, Stephen, we talk about, one is the format, two is technology, how we advance the sport, leveraging technology, and three is storytelling. And on technology in the smart cage, for us, the presentation, there's been no innovation in the sport since we launched. Zero. If you could point to some innovation prior to the PFL launching, yeah, I'd certainly like to hear it, but we looked at it as students of business and sports. We're like, what does this fan want? What does this athlete or athletes, what do they deserve? And, to grow the sport, you got to lead with the athletes and the experience for fans. How do we how do we put context on the competition, on the actual fights, for the athletes? And we just came to the smart cage, meaning let's measure real time, athlete performance, fighter analytics, fight data that helps tell a story. The context on the fighter or the fighters on the fights, as well as provide a more immersive experience for fans leveraging data. And so, that was really the impetus of the smart cage. And there's a lot of low-hanging fruit. I mean, tennis is measuring tennis balls going over, a net. And, baseball, you got pitch speed. And we quickly came to, how fast are these fighters throwing? And why isn't anyone measuring speed? And what would that tell us? So, we created a proprietary chip on every fighter, every fight. It's embedded in a glove. We now own and deliver punch speed. And then we followed that up in 2021 with kick speed. No one's ever done it in combat, mixed martial arts or MMA. And, candidly, we hired some really, really smart students from MIT and put them together with production experts and camera technology. And we came up with a formula to measure speed. We tested it. We retested it, we worked through kinks real time. And I'm not saying it's perfected, but we rolled it out this year. It works. And we're excited to continue to roll out not only punch speed, but also kick speed, next season. And then where it really gets interesting is biometric data. So, we have the PFL lab that we're developing, how we would introduce and integrate heart rate real time into the sport and into fight action. Same thing with calories burned. So when you hear, fighters gas, then sure, you see a lot of that in the fight and how things have transpired. But don't just tell me, show me. How much gas has a fighter actually, energy that's been, used, and how that compares to the other fighter? I think that's super interesting. This year we rolled out also the damage meter, damage inflicted, damage absorbed, and what does that tell the viewer? So, we're having fun with it. We're gamifying it, but it's not innovation or integration for, of technology, just to do it. It really, in our view, will this enable us to advance the sport? Will this enable us to put some context on, what incredible fighters and what's going down in a fight? And then ultimately, is it going to enhance that experience? And so, year over year, what you expect from the PFL is innovation.